Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 70 of Sonic Boom TV. I had just recorded 2 videos, and the sound was messed up on both of them. I have this little microphone connected to my phone, and there's a switch on it that says phone or camera, and somehow it got switched to camera. And so apparently, if it's switched to camera, no sound. So anyway, we'll start over, do these 2 videos. The second one was an opening video. Well, I already opened it, so we'll just go from there. But anyway, on this video is just a thrift store finds video. Nothing real awesome, but just kind of stuff that I thought looked cool or whatever. So everything came from either Goodwill or the red, white, and blue store, except for the first thing I'm going to show, and that came from Dollar Tree of all things. And I never get anything from Dollar Tree as far as CDs because they never have them. And they had 3 CDs. Well, they had 5 CDs total. 2 of them were the same thing. I don't even know what they were. And then one of this band that I've heard of, but don't know anything by. I don't even know what kind of music they sing. Sunvolt on CD. American Central Dust. I thought the cover looked nice. It's never been opened, and I don't know what they are. Oh, by the way, I turned some records out to just to see what they would look like on the shelf in the background of the video. It looks pretty good. I got the Beatles, Cheap Trick, Duran Duran, Malaya Rage, Poison. I call that the good cover because the regular version that got censored, it was terrible. Spread Eagle, you got Forbidden, In Excess, Grim Reaper down there. You can't see the Iron Maiden in the tongues on the other side. But anyway, so eventually I'll get everything cleaned up and we'll move the camera and you'll be able to see the whole area, I guess. Who knows? But anyway, let's move on to what I got. I got this Elvis Presley Good Rockin' Tonight. It's a 6-song EP. Looks, it's digipack, so it's modern. I mean, I don't know if this is something that came out when he was alive or something they just put out. I don't know, but I don't know any of the songs on it. Then I got Time Flies, the best of Huey Lewis in the News. It's got 16 tracks on it. Most of the songs I know, I think most of these are on. They had an album called Score, or 4, and Sports. And I think, and they probably had more, but I think those are the 2 I have. And I have 1 on vinyl, and I think 2 on CD. And I'm not sure which way that goes, like what I have. But those songs were fun back in the 80s, so I picked that up. The next thing, the Poor Clares, Resurrected Lover. Is it Lover? Yeah, Lover. This one, I don't know anything about them except that it was one of these ones that are a New Orleans band. And when I saw that, I started looking at the people on the back to see if I recognize anybody, and I do recognize her. It's Beth Peterson. Wagoner, as far as that. But I know her. She's played with some other local people. She's been on a lot of albums. She plays all kind of instruments. Really, really talented. So anyway, I thought I would check that out. Being it was local. This one I bought for the cover alone. I mean the packaging alone. Don't have any kind of clue what it is. It's Matt and Kim Grand, and it's a digipack, triple pack. It's got a poster in it. It's got all kind of neat little design stuff. I'm into that. That's what I do. Then I found another one, the Subways, Young for Eternity. They broke the case. They look like they might be some kind of punk band or something. That looks cool. This next one, I looked it up on Discogs, and this would be like a $40 CD. But, there's always a but, right? It's called Novelties. And It's Glory Days of Rock and Roll. But as you can see, it looks like it's got some water damage there. Has never been opened, but there's definitely some water damage. It's sealed, but it's loosely sealed. I mean, I'm gonna open it. But yeah, it's worth like $40. It's a 2 CD set. All it is novelty songs from like the 50s and maybe 40s. I would say 40s through the 60s, somewhere in there. It's got like Monster Mash, Charlie Brown, Western movies. I Put a Spell on You, The Witch Doctor, Alley Oop, They're Coming to Take Me Away, haha. That is one of the goofiest songs ever. Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, The Flying Saucers Part 1 and 2, Surfing Bird, Purple People Eater, Monster Mash, Bebop, or Beep Beep, I'm sorry, and the Chipmunk Song. I don't know what that one could be. But anyway, this is going to be a fun CD to listen to. Hopefully it's not messed up because it got wet and nothing stuck to the CD itself. But I'll open that up later and see what's what. Hopefully it's just the cover. Maybe the cover won't even be stuck together on the inside. Hopefully not. Because I kind of like the front cover. The next one, couldn't find this one on Discog. It's called White Ghost Shivers. Everyone's Got 'Em. There is a version on Discogs of this, maybe two versions, but this one seems to be that it was on their own. They self-produced it or whatever, or self-published it, because it's on White Ghost Shivers Records, and their Discogs version says like Chicken Foot or something Records or something like that. So I thought this was really cool. I think it's like I don't know what it is, guys. It might be jazz or something, but I thought it looked cool. It's got this Halloween art to it. There's more of that on the inside, which I really thought was kind of cool. It's small. I'd love to have it on vinyl, but it's got all these like little cards or posters or whatever. I don't know if you can see it very well with that glare. That kind of stuff. Very interesting. I have a book that has like a lot of that kind of stuff, Halloween costumes and stuff from like years past, many years past, and I always thought that kind of stuff was kind of cool. The next two CDs, and the last two CDs I got, I should say, are by a band that I never really got into back in the 90s. My friend used to like them. This one, Stabbing Westward, Wither, Blister, Burn, and Peel. It's got the hype sticker. It says Stabbing Westward, Wither, Blister, Burn, and Peel, featuring What Do I Have to Do. So that must have been it. I know they had a hit song, and that must be what it was. And so I thought I'd give them a try. You know, these were all $1, so except for the Sunvolt one, that was $1.25 because it came from the Dollar Tree. This and the last one is just called Stabbing Westward. It's got this goth-looking girl on the front. She has less clothing on the back. Almost no clothing. I'm not going to show it, but you could probably look that up online if you wanted to. Pretty girl, but not for this station. Then I got a bunch of records that I got at the Red, White, and Blue store. These are all $1, and they've been real miss, I guess, is when you want to say hit or miss kind of place. This place has been a miss for a while. But when I went in, I believe it was over the weekend, maybe Friday. I can't remember when I went. It was several days ago. I try to dig them out the box because they were all nice and neat before I started. And then I put them in the box to get them off the floor, and of course they didn't get taken back out. So here we go. All right, let's start. When I went in, the first thing I saw was this one. It's called $64,000 Jazz LP, I guess. And I don't, like I said before, I don't really like jazz too much. It's not something that I really wanted to get into, um, because I'm afraid I might like it too much or something, and then I'll have another thing to spend money on. And I don't want to do that. But if I see anything like this for $1 or whatever, I'll pick it up. Maybe listen to it once or twice. But it's got to be some names I know, or I'm not trying it. And so this one has Benny Goodman, Louis Armstrong, excuse me, Harry James, Duke Ellington, Sarah Vaughan, and that is the only. Oh, Dave Brubeck is the only names I know. So the record itself is in great condition, and that's what made me look through the rest of the stuff they had, because they had a lot of stuff that I'd never seen them have before. Most of it was just old stuff, and a lot of it was sealed. This one is not sealed, but the record is like brand new almost. So next, let's go here. We came up with recorded live on stage with the Four Seasons. Four Seasons were one of those groups that kind of, I guess they sang like the hits of the day kind of stuff. I don't think they wrote their own songs or not. Maybe they wrote some, but I feel like a lot of the songs they did, other people did as well. This one, I don't know any songs on it, to be honest with you. But like I said, these are brand new looking. The covers are real nice. There's a little dirt on them, but otherwise, real nice. It was $4.98 at some point. Some place was trying to sell it. I don't know who. I do have another one of theirs, which I got mixed up. Let's see. This one. Four Seasons, Stay, and Other Great Hits. This one is... It's in a shrink wrap, but it's not sealed. Good Night, My Love, I think is probably a good song. Teardrops. And that's the only two I think I know on that one. I mean, I may know more. I just don't know that I know them, because it's, it's music's that's 60 years old probably. So then the rest of them mostly seemed like they were soundtracks. Most of them, not all of them. A couple different. This one, when I saw it, I thought it was a Tom Jones album, but it's actually a movie called Tom Jones. It was an original motion picture soundtrack, composed and conducted by John Addison. Never heard of it. Starred Albert Finney as Tom Jones. Sorry, I'm yawning here. Susanna York as Sophie Western. It's probably all instrumental, but the next one, I got 2 copies of it because, okay, I got a weird thing. I like numbers a lot of times, and so number 8 is my favorite number. So I got this one because it's got a number 8 on this tag here, but the corner of this is kind of busted up, and so and it's sealed still, and it's also got some yucky stuff right there. So I grab the second one because they had about 6 or 8 of these. This one right here looks like it's way better condition, so I'm probably gonna open this one and see if it's if it's the record's okay. If it is, I'll leave the other one sealed. I don't think they're worth anything, to be honest with you. But this one is the original motion picture score, music composed and conducted by Johnny Mandel. The Russians are coming. The Russians are coming. I like the art on it. I think it's this is caricature kind of stuff that was popular back in the a long time ago, 60s probably. And it's a little more in the back. But kind of stuff I'll probably listen to once or twice and never listen to again. But it is what it is. Oh, here's one. This wasn't a soundtrack. This one I bought because this woman on the front of this thing, besides the fact that she's revealing herself a little bit, she looked like a zombie to me. So I said I gotta get that, and it is Billy Vaughn's. The Windmills of something. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna look it up. It's still in a shrink wrap, but it is opened. The record is like brand new. The Windmills of Your Mind. It seems like there's a song called The Windmills of Your Mind that I've heard of. So maybe I'll know something off of this. But the thing about this one was the color on this cover is not always this kind of green tinted thing. There's several different versions, and I couldn't find this particular version that matched that label. So what I did was I bought it, and I looked it up, and I couldn't find it. So now I have to look it up again. But yeah, so I think it's just like 60s pop rock kind of stuff. We'll check it out. But there's other versions of this where this back here is blue. And I thought this might have been faded, but there's other versions of it that look like this. So, but this is more blue, and she's more her natural color with these rocks, and her hair is more red. So anyway, I don't know, but I just thought it was kind of cool. I don't know if you can see his face or not in the real picture. There's a sticker right over his face, 3 for $1. Whoever that did that, silly people. Then got a couple more. We've got the original motion picture score. Stanley Kramer presents in Cinerama. Music composed and conducted by Ernest Gold. It's a mad, 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 mad world. This is a gatefold thing. It's not. It's in the shrink wrap. It is still sealed too. So I think I could. This one I don't think I could find on Discogs either. But I can't see the record, so that's probably why I couldn't find it. I will open these at some point though. I'm supposed to be covering my junk in the background. I'm not doing a good job. So then the next one is the original soundtrack album of the musical motion picture of the 70s. Now this, I looked it up, and I think this came out in 1969. I'm not quite sure, but I think it did. Anyway, it's Sweet Charity, featuring Shirley MacLaine and Sammy Davis Jr. Kind of cool cover. I like the artwork. The back cover. There's no, I think this is just, well, it's a collector's item, as you can see by the sticker. I think it's just the score, no vocal tracks. I thought Sammy Davis Jr. might sing on this, but it doesn't look like it. But he definitely danced in that movie. But look at Shirley MacLaine. Her little tattoo. I'm sure that's it says Charlie on it. She was gorgeous. But I don't think there's any singing on that. The next one, which I try to grab these when I see them in decent condition. I've never found one in great condition until now. But it's the this one is the adaptation of Dickens' Christmas Carol, presented by the popular repertory company, the Walt Disney Players. Now, when I was a kid, we had a lot of these Disney movies. Disney records, and don't know what happened to them, but I remember they were trashed anyway. But this one is in really great shape. The record is nice, and it's got the book that came with it, because a lot of these came with little storybook kind of things. And the book is in great shape. There's no writing in it. It's not torn. Usually you find all kind of things wrong with them. This one is really nice, and you can say what you want about Disney, but their art back in the day was great. On those old movies and their old cartoons and this kind of stuff. This is the Disney art that I grew up on. This is the Disney art I love, and good stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised the book is in good shape, because I have a couple other ones that I've found, and the art. The books are messed up, or they have something writing in it, and the records are just trash. And I've left so many behind, even though I wanted them just for the artwork. I just couldn't, because they were trash so bad. I just didn't. And I see them a lot. But this is the first time this is barely even worn. This record, it's a little corner ding, but otherwise it's in great shape, and it's not too dirty on the back. That's I've seen much worse. So anyway. That one's a good one. Play that one for Christmas time. Then we got John Wayne, Glenn Campbell, Kim Darby in Hal Wallace's production of, well, it doesn't say of, but True Grit. And there's a 12 on there for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But Glenn Campbell sings True Grit and then sings the title song True Grit. And then Elmer Bernstein conducts themes from his original score. There are 3 versions of True Grit on this thing. The first one is by Glenn Campbell, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Then there's another version that's the orchestra, I guess, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And then the final version with the vocal by Glenn Campbell is 2 minutes long. So I don't know what the difference is in those two, but I'll find out because I kind of like Glenn Campbell. He sings Rhinestone Cowboy, which is my favorite song from when I was a child, and that's about it, really. But I do have I have 2 albums with him on it, I think. One's his and one's with Bobby Gentry, I think her name was. And that one wasn't that great, but it is what it is. Next one, New Orleans classic guy. I see his albums every now and then. I don't buy them very often. I got a couple, but if I find one in great condition, I will buy it. But Al Hurt, Swingin' Dixie, at Dan's Pier 600 in New Orleans. I don't know what Dan's Pier 600 was, but I don't think it's around anymore. This guy plays trumpet, and he may play some other stuff. I don't know if there's any lyrics. I think it's just like jazz kind of stuff. But he's a New Orleans guy, so definitely thought that would be worth getting. And it's in such great shape too. It's you couldn't pass it up, I didn't want to leave it there because usually in those stores, if you see something nice, you got to take it because otherwise it's just going to get trashed because nobody really respects records and stuff, And next one, I like the cover and the design of this. I don't know who he is. Sandy Nelson, Teenage House Party. I think he's just a drummer. He's playing drums here, so I don't know if this has lyrics or if it's just drums or, I don't know what it is, but it's got Let the Good Times Roll, Limbo Rock, Tweedledee, yeah. And that's all I know. I may know some of the other ones, just don't know the names. But this looked like it might be fun, so it's good shape. Never been opened, so we'll check that one out eventually. Then the next one I bought. I used to hate this song. I used to hate everything about this when I was a kid. I don't know why. Maybe I thought it was for girls or something. Who knows? I don't know. I just hated it. And my cousin's cousin, we used to go to their house. It was probably before and after school every morning because I don't know if we walked together or rode the bus or something. But there was some reason we went to their house first before school. And the girl, I'm not going to say her name because if somebody finds us, they might go track her down. I still talk. You see her every now and then. But she was trying out to be Annie. I think she was kind of up in the rankings to become Annie, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I just remember she was involved some kind of way, trying to become Annie in the musical. So I get it, and I pull the record out. The record looks real nice. It's a little dirty, but it's pretty good. It's a couple little tiny scratches. Hopefully it doesn't skip. Even though I don't like Annie from my childhood, I still don't want it to be a skip thing. The only 2 songs I know are Tomorrow and Hard Knock Life. And Tomorrow was probably the only song I knew when I was a kid. And for some reason, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, long story short. So when I get home, I go to open it, and it's stuck. And I was like, oh no, this thing is going to be completely stuck together. Because, it's got some stuff here where something was stuck to the front of it. And so I kind of was messing with it, and I there's a seam split on the the back, so I was able to, but I was able to stick my fingers in between it, and I just kind of pushed down, and I couldn't feel anything sticking, and so I just kind of popped my hand open in it, and it made the noise, pop, and I was like, uh oh, and so I pulled it open, and it didn't tear. There's like a tiny little spot right there, and right there, not touching the words, and there's a spot right there, so it just must have been stuck in two little spots, and sure enough, all the all the liner notes, whatever it is, are there. So it's Annie. I'm going to listen to it once. I can tell you guys this once, and I'm probably going to be done. But for $1, they want to leave it there until get get all sentimental about records getting trashed by people who don't care. Then the last couple I got for this. Let's go put them in the order I want to talk about them. The next one is, it's unopened except the corner of it is torn. They had several copies of it, but all of them had this corner cut thing. But it's the original motion picture soundtrack. Peter O'Toole and Sophia Loren and James Coco somebody, The Man of La Mancha. Sophia Loren looking gorgeous. I guess that's Peter O'Toole, and that must be the other guy. But this is factory sealed for my protection, and it's still factory sealed, so I am protected by this. The sticker right here is what in the world would they need that sticker for? How would this protect it? Were people killing each other with records back in the old days? I don't know. I don't know what was going on back then. But it doesn't tell me the song names, but they got this picture of these guys on the back. But is this story of Don Quixote, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it's got Sophia Loren in it, so that makes it awesome, because that was a beautiful woman. But anyway, so I'm going to keep this factory sealed for my protection for a little while longer. Then, once I open it, that's it. I will be unprotected. Next up, whoops, I looked this one up. There goes the video, guys. What a classic production I am running here. What happened? I don't know why that happened. Holy moly. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Holy moly. Turn my hat all around. Got a couple more. This one, I found it on Discogs, but I couldn't find my exact version because the cover art, there's several different versions of it. Sometimes the cover looks a little bit different color. Sometimes it's got the name on it, the logo, whatever you want to call it. But other times it's different. And sometimes I think there's like one that has blue words maybe, and the others have kind of a yellowish, and I think there's even a red maybe. But it's the Paint Your Wagon soundtrack with Clint Eastwood. I think this is Lee Marvin. This must be Gene Seberg maybe, and this guy might be Ray Walston. I don't know. But I couldn't find this particular version that matched the record as well on Discogs, so I got to look at all these up on Discogs. But it also came with a little booklet on the inside, Paint Your Wagon on the front. See how the color on that is different than this. This is there's some others that have more like that color. And I thought it might have been just faded, but I think that's how they were printed. So this is a little booklet with pictures and stuff from the film. Oops. And they don't look like very high quality pictures from the film, but pictures nonetheless. Here's old Clint right there. So that's kind of neat to have that still in there. And the video I did previous to this, the camera didn't fall, by the way. It was totally classy in the other one. Uh, then the last two were kind of a different thing because these were not there. Like the kind of music they had there for records anyway. We'll start with the one with the gorgeous woman on the front. It's Transvision Vamp, Sister Moon, Groove On. I have another single. I think it was my sister's or somebody. I don't know. I got it from somewhere. With it's another one of their singles. I don't know what kind of music this is. I thought it was like pop music. But the pictures on the inside make it look like it's more alternative rock, maybe. New wave or something. I don't know. I don't remember what the other single was. But the problem with this is this word that says groove on right here. When I look it up on Discogs, they have several different versions of it, but most of them just say Sister Moon without the groove on. The only one that says groove on is a UK pressing, but the UK pressing does not match my my record, which is that MCA Records label. The rainbow label that I hate. It's just so, it's lame. That's all I can say. But anyway, this came from Euclid Records originally for 99 cents. Somebody bought it for, and then I got it for $1 at the thrift store. So whoever got it obviously didn't like it. But I don't know. I'll check it out. I want to find out what it is because I feel like the UK pressing was worth a few bucks. This one's got a little damage to it. But I don't know. I don't know where it's. I guess I could look on the record, but I'm wasting time talking about that. Then the next one is the last one. It's kind of a neat looking cover, and I noticed something about it when I looked at it on the video last time. So hopefully you guys will be able to see. It's Traffic. Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys. Never heard of it. I heard of Traffic, but I don't know if I know any of their songs. I don't even know who's in this band, but the way this picture is and the way they've cut the corners on an angle, which you can't even hardly tell it's an angle, it gives it a three-dimensional look. And it's like, when I can see this on the screen, it definitely looks 3D. When I look at it like this, flat, it doesn't. But when I look at it on the screen, it looks like a box I'm holding, and the back cover kind of does the same thing. So that's pretty cool effect that they did right there. Totally lost on me until I did that. But I have another record that's shaped like this with the with the cut edges like that, and I wonder if that record does it too. I think it's called The Motors or somebody. The record itself is in nice condition. It's got the original inner sleeve, which is a boring inner sleeve because all it is a red and blue whatever. Nothing special about it. I'm not going to be able to get it back in there without tearing it up. Yeah, I don't know anything about this band. I think Steve Winwood was in the band, but I only say that because it was produced by Steve Winwood, and I don't remember what Steve Winwood looked like when he was younger, so he could be one of these guys. This man's pants are way too tight right here. You see that? That's not proper for this channel, Mr. Purple Pants. That was a style back then, though. So anyway, that's what I picked up at the thrift stores, Goodwill, one from the, whatever you call that place, Dollar Tree, one CD. And now this video is officially longer than the previous video, but you did get action shot of the camera falling on my head and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to do the next video, which will be my opening of a new record, but I already opened it because the video failed. So anyway, that's it. Talk to you guys in a minute or later or whenever you're available to watch this.